Well, sorry if there's wind noise, but I guess it's time, guys. Looks like the odds are in the favor. I mean, this car's been here forever. This thing has been rumored from just people coming here talking about derbying it, or somebody coming to pick it up with the trailer today, or just all this thought of, oh, should I pick it up and should I get it and what am I gonna do with it, blah blah blah. Is it gonna end up like that car, or is it gonna possibly make a great restoration series or a how-to series on how to fix this or that? I mean, look at this thing, got rust right there, although this is just trim rust. It's not really like actual, I don't think this is actually part of the body, so you know, that's pretty negligible. You can kind of just don't have to worry about that too much. But you know, I mean, this thing, these seats are shot. Like, look at this, these seats are shot. The headliner's non-existent. What was remaining of the headliner is absolutely garbage. The rear is absolutely whatever you want to call it. But I mean, the back seats are the only part of the interior that's really all that great. But however, this thing does have potential. I can see it. This thing has quite some potential. I mean, you look under the hood, and I'm going to be very, okay, give me a second. Give me a hot second. Do this one-handed. Let's see how strong I am. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, you look under the hood of this thing. I mean, it looks promising. I mean, look, the engine looks mostly all original. I mean, the air cleaner's still here. Your OG air cleaner and all this other stuff and blah, 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 this and that. I mean, we're gonna have to do some work on this thing if we want it running and driving home, which I don't know. Should we do that? It would definitely be cheaper to just get it running and go home versus renting a U-Haul and doing it that way. But this distributor is the main culprit, and I already know exactly what's wrong with it. I think the main problem issue is this. See, look at all this play. That's probably not supposed to be there. I mean, let's be honest, it's really not supposed to be there. This vacuum advanced thing is loose, and I mean, the housing, like where it's bolted, is still there. It's right there. Like, it's literally still screwed in. So really, it's this, I think it's this thing, because the little rotor in there, is supposed to turn and spin, and it's not doing that. So we're gonna have to figure out if it's just better to order the vacuum advanced, which is about 20 to 40 something dollars. Pretty hefty, versus just spending 60 bucks on a new distributor, 60 to 70 on a new distributor, throwing it in and then calling it a day. And then we got to get the fuel situation. Sorted out, because there's no gas in there, so it's obviously not going to be running off its own fuel. Then we got to figure out whether the stuff in the tank is still good, which it's, let's be honest, it's probably turned into a bunch of Varney vinegar. I mean, here's the gas tank. I mean, you can't really, well, the most you can see, I mean, it smells like gas, I guess, but it's all crusty. It's all dry and crusty in there. You can kind of see. I wouldn't pour, I don't know. Whoops. Can't forget the obvious. I mean, I guess that's what the, okay, gotta look at how this, okay. I guess that's what the fuel filter's for, right? Okay. Do I know what's inside the trunk? I have zero idea what's inside the trunk. Like I said, this thing is going to need some work, and the tires are terrible. They're dry rotted. They're bad. I mean, but does it have potential? Does it have promise? Yes, it does. It does have potential, and it does have a bit of a promise that it might not explode or grenade itself, because at the end of the day, they're not making these things anymore. These things are pretty, you know, not available, not so out there. I mean, I tried finding one on Facebook Marketplace, literally typed in 1973 Chrysler Newport coupe, and I couldn't find a single one. Literally not a single 73. So I don't know if these cars are really all that rare, or just, I don't know, just the age got to all of them, rust got to, I mean, look at this. Literally rust got to this guy a little bit. I mean, it's floor rust, you know, it's not, there's nothing like just eliminates it from, you know, drivability, but it's like, it's an old car. It's literally an old car. Like, what do you expect? But I mean, like I said, The underside is not all that bad. The underside is really not as bad as it could be. You know, it's a little bit rough, but I mean, honestly, it's really not that rough. It's like just surface level. It just looks a little, you know, you got a little surface rust, but honestly, that's it. This would be a good discovery in how you could probably do a good amount of body work. I mean, look at that. I don't know exactly how crucial that part is, but it looks like we're gonna have to do something with that. But in all reality, once again, this car's been out here for months, and I've been speculating this way too long. The last thing I would want is for it to end up out here, and then I walk around and see it in the Chrysler section and be like, oh no, I should have saved it. Oh no, please don't crush it. If this thing ended up out there at any point, it would be crushed, and there's nothing you could do about it. Literally, there's nothing you could do about it. You cannot buy any of these cars. Once they're out here for good. Like I said, it's gonna need some work, but we all learn and start somewhere. I mean, I guess if I could sit in it's not the end of the world. Window stuff. See what's under these visors. Please don't be a mouse. Okay, good. No dead mice fell. Probably gonna have to do some wiring somewhere, and I don't know. Supposedly it has 62,000 miles, 62,122 miles, but are those actual miles? Could it be 162, 262? I mean, it has a clock, I guess. Go figure. Can I still? No? Yes? No? It's not. We'll figure it out.